Bradley Cooper's been on a bit of a cringe tour lately, showing off his new bowl haircut. I don't know what the hell this guy's doing, but holy, it's not reflecting well on him. I kind of like Bradley Cooper as an actor. I think he's extremely talented in everything that he does. He at least provides a memorable performance, even if the film isn't all that good. You see Bradley Cooper on the marquee and you go, yeah. You know what? Hey, I'm maybe a little bit more interested in the movie than I would be if I didn't see his name. He's on the precipice of being a Hollywood star. He's more or less dominating the early 2010s. He's kind of fallen off recently, which is probably why he has to stoop to such cringy depths by, well, crying over missing Leonard Bernstein in a cringy video despite never having met the composer. Now, okay, you can feel a sense of loss for somebody whose art that you appreciate, okay? I remember the day that I heard when, Lemmy from Motorhead passed, okay? That felt like a shot right to the gut, and I never seen Motorhead in concert. It's one of my greatest regrets. Roy Halladay, my favorite baseball player, okay? I remember reading the news of his plane crash in the middle of the night and being absolutely shook to the core by that. It's just, this is going to be a common through line for the rest of the video. Yeah, you can have certain reactions to people that you never met and people whose contributions have touched you deeply. It's just, why would you put that out to the world? That doesn't make a lot of sense, but okay. TikTok users roasted Bradley Cooper for getting teary-eyed as he expressed how much he misses Leonard Bernstein despite having never met the late composer. CBS Morning correspondent Mo Rocca asked Cooper whether he missed Bernstein, whom he portrayed in the 2023 film Maestro. Okay, see, that's a little bit more forgivable. Okay, I was like, yeah, I played him. I understood his life a lot more. I understand, the trials and tribulations that he was going through by taking on the role and playing him and not having the opportunity to meet him and get his input on the role. I could understand that being touching. Okay, like it seems a little bit more forgivable, right? In a resurfaced December interview prompting the actor to choke up. Yeah, for as much as crying in public is big cringe, I'm not upset by this. Oh yeah, it's hard to talk about, Cooper, 49, said as he continued to get emotional. I don't know, we shared something very special. It's hard to even articulate, but he was with me, certainly, throughout the entire time filming. That's kind of gay, but I don't know, nothing really wrong with that so far. The A Star Is Born actor said Bernstein's energy has found its way to him. See, this is what happens when you start to just dive into the metaphysical like that, okay? When you start to just go off of vibes and feels and the energy. Ugh. Should have consulted with your crystals or your tarot cards before you did this interview to discover it would be a bad look for you. I really do feel like I know him. Yeah, you portrayed him on film. A film is getting rave reviews and getting Oscar buzz, and it's not just, one of those, for the critics. People who have watched it said that it's tremendous. So, okay. Making the situation all the more awkward, Cooper was sitting with the conductor's 3 adult children, Jamie, Nina, and Alexander, during the interview. People saying nice things about your dead dad. Come on, man. That's not the worst thing in the world. Clip recently went viral on TikTok when netizens eviscerated the Oscar nominee for blubbering over missing someone he never actually knew. But, well, to be fair, TikTok is kind of the death of nuance and your brain cells. It's actually an insane thing to say. Not really, but I guess if you just simply live in, 7-second clips and only read headlines, yeah, you're going to get a really different interpretation of the events. Bradley Cooper is an idiot. Even Bernstein's kids didn't get that emotional. Yeah, because they processed that, a long time ago. Just so everybody understands, Leonard Bernstein died in 1990. Hey, good year. Well, not for Bernstein, but, when one genius left the world, another one entered. Wow, that's the most conceited thing I've ever said. Oh, whatever. A third fan noted, of which another chimed in. Bradley Cooper was 15 years old at the time that this man died. He doesn't miss or know shit. Well, there's probably people who don't even know or understand that, yeah, he has an Oscar-nominated performance by playing Bernstein in a movie, so yeah, I'm not terribly mad at this. Austin Butler and his Elvis voice, Bradley and this weirdo shit, these actors and their god complexes. What? Okay. I guess, yeah, referring to Austin Butler continuing to speak in his Elvis Presley accent in real life after portraying the King of Rock and Roll in 2022. Yeah, that's also another thing. Like, after filming Scarface, which, controversially, I don't really have the highest opinion of, even though Al Pacino is my favorite actor. He spoke in that Cuban accent, the over-the-top, the Tony Montana, said good night to the bad guy. Like, he was speaking in that, for like months after filming, man. And it was so influential, it gave Scott Hall, the first big breakthrough gimmick of his career. But I'm all right with this. To be completely honest, yeah, it does stray a bit into the whole cringe department, but in full context, it makes a lot more sense. This, on the other hand, you gotta do a little bit more reaching, a little bit of grabbing in additional context, because I kind of get what he's saying. It's not going to land well. And it really hasn't, because Bradley Cooper didn't feel connected to his daughter Leah at first. I don't even know if I really love the kid. Now, this is pretty much the exact same scenario, and of course it's going to elicit those same types of guttural, visceral responses, but, a father having imposter syndrome, I don't necessarily think that that's all that rare occurrence. This is just somebody who's actually going to speak up about it, because you hear time and time again, these broads that just want to pop pills and have postpartum depression. Oh, nobody's doting over me anymore because I'm not pregnant and I'm not getting the same type of attention that I used to. Maybe I should start putting Drano in my kid's soup. Like those mental broads. But Bradley, talking about didn't feel connected. It would be something different if it's like, I got this like 8-year-old house guest that's just not leaving anymore. Like, what the hell? Is she eventually, either going to contribute to this household, or can, her parents come pick her up? Oh, wait, it's mine? What? But yeah, you see, oh my God, Bradley Cooper doesn't even like his daughter and he's crying over people that he didn't even meet. What type of a creep is this guy? If we're going to be fair, I understand where he's coming from. Like, I don't have a kid or anything like that, okay? I've got nothing to relate to on this, but also not stupid, and I can see what the guy is saying and connect the dots. Bradley Cooper admitted he struggled to feel connected to his and Arena Sheikh's daughter, probably in a base 3. Nope, not going there. Leah, when she was born. The Maestro star appeared on Dax Shepard's Armchair podcast Monday and discussed the growth as a father since welcoming a 6-year-old in March of 2017. Well, I guess she'll be 7 here very shortly. Well, that's cool. Cooper, 49, explained the first few months of Leah's life he didn't understand when fellow parents would say, I would die in a second for my kid. Interesting. Okay. First 8 months, I don't even know if I really love the kid, he recalled, feeling it's dope, it's cool, I'm watching this thing morph. That's my experience. Fascinated by it. Loved taking care of it, but would I die for somebody or for someone if it came in with a gun? Yeah, that's weird because, okay, like kids, obviously, babies have personalities and all that stuff, but you can't really connect with them because, yeah, they're just going to look at you, and unless you have, a predisposition towards babies, they're just, I don't know, all going to kind of look the same and kind of act the same. I understand where he's coming from, but kind of like with previous interview, if you're going to have these thoughts, why are you vocalizing them? Because you know that it's only going to make you look bad by people that are trying to paint you in a certain light. He admitted after only a couple of months into her life, he wasn't sure. And then all of a sudden, it's like, no question. Cooper confessed shortly after explaining he's since strived to be a better person in order to do the least amount of damage that he could do to his daughter. See, no, he came around to that because, yeah, man, that's his kid. Now the kid is taken on a much more active role, is becoming more of an individual, less of being somebody that is 1000% dependent on the mother in order to survive. The father can have a far more active role at that point in time. I'm not saying that it was poorly phrased, but understand where he's coming from. Not sure I'd be alive if I wasn't a dad. I just needed someone to say, like, we're going to drop this massive anchor. I'm like, why? We're speeding. I just got an upgrade on the boat, and the wind's coming, and they're like, no, there's a tsunami coming, and you need an anchor, and we're going to drop it, because this is going to dictate everything you do from now on. Your DNA is going to tell you that there's something more important than you. Yeah, of course, and then he becomes one of those pod people, and it's like, having children is the greatest thing ever. Yeah, I understand. Okay, that's probably going to be a lot more amenable to all, the 90% of people that are out there, okay? That's the part that you aren't going to see. All you're going to see is, oh my God, he doesn't even love his kid. Could you imagine? But in actuality, this is something that a lot of guys go through. Bradley Cooper is out there talking on a bunch of experiences that a lot of people go through. Oh yeah, he played somebody and he understood the life that they were going through. And yeah, he got emotional talking about it. Don't get emotional in front of the cameras. That just makes you bitch made. But look at how many people openly weep whenever there's a passing of an actor. Oh my God, like very recently. Okay, you had the Carl Weathers passing. Okay, how many people? Oh, I'm literally in tears at hearing this. I watched his movies growing up, and it's like, yeah, you know, I liked Carl Weathers and, you know, Happy Gilmore. He was, you know, antagonistic force. Won't necessarily call him a villain in Rocky 1, greatest sports movie ever. And it's like, yeah, no, I like Carl Weathers' performances. I think that he's a hell of a good actor. But at the same time, I'm not going to have an emotional breakdown all over social media like that. But everybody will just go ahead and throw their, you know, slings and arrows at Bradley Cooper, but those who live in glass houses will spend all their time on social media. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.